Hi everybody, welcome. So today I'm going to do hopefully it's going to be about 15 minutes long, this yoga practice. It's a small number of postures which focus directly on the hips. So if you do this practice regularly, you'll find your hip flexibility opens up. If you do it before bed, you'll find it has a very calming effect, so it can really help you get a good night's sleep. And you'll also find that within your regular yoga practice, it will help you with your seated postures. Now, I'm not going to do cosmic double breathing at the beginning of this practice to keep it short for those who maybe don't want it. If you do want it, pause the video, go back and do your cosmic double breathing. There's a video of it on my channel, or if you already know it, just take yourself through it and then come back. Now I'm going to get started. So you're going to need a couple of blocks. Let me just check this wire on my speaker. I'm going to pull my laptop off like I did just then. So you're going to need a couple of blocks. Just like this, or like this, to rest your forehead when we come to some of the postures. Now bring yourself onto the mat. I'm going to be moving around a bit so that you can see, I can demonstrate, but you can just have your mat directly facing, because we're going to do all the postures facing the video. So you can face that way and I'll face this way and move around to show you what we're doing. So we're going to start in downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to ground through the hands, middle finger, thumb and little finger ideally. And then you're going to push your bottom up. We're going to take a few breaths here. So bring the feet about hip distance apart, lift up the hips, draw the shoulder blades away from the ears and take a few deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, draw your sternum towards your knees. Pedal those feet, look between your feet. If you can see your heels, then just roll your thighs in slightly and lift up those hips. A few more deep breaths. If you know your Ujjayi breath, then use it. If not, you can take whatever you want. In through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's quite a nice way to de-stress when you start off. One more. Lift the hips, shoulder blades away from the ears. And our breath. And now at the end of that exhale, we're going to come into our three-legged dog. So sweep your right foot all the way up, pushing through the heel. And then ground through the hands and soften the left foot. So your left foot can either be flat on the floor or you can come up onto your toes. Have a play, see what feels best for you. And then with this inhale, you're going to bend your right knee and just allow the foot to just hang, opening up that hip and look underneath your right armpit. Just allow that stretch along the side of the body. Ground down through the hands, there's extra weight going in. So big breath in and exhale down. Now with your next inhale, take this right foot, bring it through into a high leg lunge. Maneuver your feet so you're sinking through your pelvis and you've got your ankle underneath your knee. Now take an inhale. And exhale, just drop that back knee. We're going to come into a low lunge. So that foot flat, back foot flat on the floor. Bring your hands either side of that front foot. Just get comfortable and just ease into that hip. Few deep breaths. Now if it's tight, just breathe it out. If it's just a little bit uncomfortable, that's fine. If it hurts, take a few bolsters and bring yourself up a little bit higher. You can use it here, you can use it here, but just ease into your hip. We have something called an edge in yoga, playing your edge. And that means that when you're down in this position, if you feel it's too tight in that crease in the hip, just pull yourself back on the inhale. And then use the exhale to get deeper into the stretch, deeper into the hip. A few more breaths here. You can rock your hips, you can rock your feet, you don't need to stay still. Find what works for you. A few more deep breaths. Sink into the hips. Loosen any tension with that muscle in between your eyebrows. Spread the forehead. Take an inhale. And with your exhale now, bring your hand in front of that right foot and just walk your right foot out to the side. We're going to get a little bit more juicy into that hip. So it's walked out to the side. You can turn it on its edge if you want to. You can open it up. And you can also bring your bolsters. If you feel this is really tight, bring your bolsters. You can have them high. And then you can let go into that hip as much as you want. So just sink into the hip. Exhale, sinks. Find that edge. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, let go and sink a little bit more into those hips. All that tension, everything you've been holding on to, it's time to breathe it out. You can give a little sigh if you want. Just see how you feel. Shoulders away from the ears. Releasing into that hip, and every exhale taking a little bit more tension out of that crease in both hips. One more. Let go of all that mental tension, any tightness in the jaw. Bring your hands down. Move away your blocks if you're using them. And we're going to walk that right foot gently back into the center of the mat. Now, just to take some pressure off, we're going to come into a runner's lunge. So open up the heart. And with the exhale, roll that big toe up through the inner arches and fold over that leg. Take some pressure out of the hip. Inhale, roll that foot up. Take a breath in. And exhale, draw that leg back. Lift the big toe. Roll the foot. Fold over that front leg. One more. Feel the heart open on the inhale. And then feel that gentle surrender as you let go over that front thigh. Inhale up. Now we're going to take this front foot and we're going to lift it. We're going to walk it along and just bring it into a right angle on the mat. So your knees down, the foot's in a nice right angle. Don't worry so much about this part of the body. And then just fold over the hip. Now again, it might be tight. So use your blocks if you need to. Use your cushions if you need to. And you just want to rock, open that hip and bring yourself down onto the floor. Now I quite like to bring my hands down and just rest my head on the floor and breathe out that tension in the right hip. Go as deep as is best for you and let go. We're going to have very, very, very stressful lives, and this is a really nice way of releasing the stress. If you're able to bring your forehead onto your hands or onto your block, it does make a big difference. Releases off the back, and when your head is feeling supported, it sends a message to the brain which says it's okay to let go. It's okay to stop that consistent thinking, to chasing after the next thought. You can release the hip, you can support the mind, and take it to a few breaths. Breathe it out here. One more breath. On the inhale, take your head away from where it's supported. We're going to come into our next posture. And pad yourself up nice and easy and take this left leg, swing it round and tuck your left ankle just underneath that right knee. Now I'm going to move. You stay where you are, but I'm going to move so that you can see me. So you've now got that left ankle underneath your right knee and your right foot forward. Now we're going to take this right foot and we're going to hold it like a baby. So take this right foot up. Bring it into the crease if you can. If not, you just hold on to it. And if you can interlace your fingers. Just hold it like a baby. So wiggle yourself about. Roll that hip. Rock your leg. Bring it in close to you. Lift through the crown of the head. Deep breaths, and you're just rocking that hip and that glute open, just like a baby. If you can't grab it like a baby, just hold on to it. Just move it around like this. Just get into that hip joint. That's it. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift through the crown of the head. One more. Nice rocking motion in the hip. Now we're going to try one which is reasonably tricky, but do your best, okay? Because it might start off tricky, but you'll see a lot of results the more you do it. So take this foot, your right foot, bring it up into the chest, and then try and bring it into the crease of your left hip, okay? Now your knee might be high, that's fine. Wiggle that left foot out so that you can bring that knee down as close as you can onto that foot. If it's high, don't worry. Bring it down as close as you can get it, okay? Get yourself nice and comfortable. Now, if it's high, you're going to have a very small movement. If it's low, you might have a deeper movement. Inhale, up through the hands. I'm going to bring my bolsters back, actually, before we do this, just to show you. So bring your bolsters in front if you want to. Inhale, up through the hands, and then with an exhale, lengthen through those hands and bring yourself towards the floor. Now, if you're high, again, if your knee's high, sorry, not if you're high, that's a totally different thing. Bring your head towards the bolster. Fold yourself down. Breath in. Scan your body with the exhale and release any areas which are super tight. Might be in the knee, might be in the hip, might be in the ankle. Breathe it out. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And you find you get a little bit lower each time. Bring yourself towards the floor. Now releasing your frontal lobe like this allows the adrenaline to stop being produced and the body can start coming into parasympathetic nervous system and calming down, ready for sleep. A few more breaths. Now you stay here, I'm just going to show you something. If your knee is high, which it will be if you're just starting, and your knee is up here, then just bring yourself forward very gently. Take a breath in and walk the hands. Just walk the hands and let the knee go down. It'll take you a while before you can really fold and bring your head and hands down, unless you've been doing yoga for a while or you're just naturally quite flexible, which some people are. But a few more deep breaths. So either walking your fingers along or making this fold, whatever works best for you. Everything counts. A few more breaths. Release the toes, release the ankles, release any tension. Scan the body with your exhale. Allow it to notice the tension in your glutes, in your hips, in your knees, all that holding on, all that unnecessary holding. So the inhale, breathe life in, and the exhale goes deep into those areas, into your joints, your tissues. One more. Now with that inhale, gently pad the hands up. You'll be facing the top of your mat, so you can just gently take this foot off, and we're going to sweep round into our downward facing dog. So bring your hands down, walk the legs back and take a few breaths. Walk that hip out. We're going to take 3 breaths from here. So inhale. Exhale, draw the sternum towards the knees, release the shoulders, walk the feet. Move around as much as you need to. And I'll breath it out if that feels good. 2 more. Hollow the belly, 1 more. Now we're coming into our left leg lunge. Left leg, 3 legs. So drive up that left leg. Open up the groin. Push through the heel. Push through the hands with that extra weight. And exhale, drop your heel and open up that hip. Look underneath your left armpit. Really feel the stretch in the body and the hip. 1 more full round. Now with an inhale, bring that knee back. Come into your high lunge. Foot forward between the hands. Take an exhale, sink into the hips. Move that back leg back if you need to. Open up the heart on the inhale. And drop that back leg on the exhale. So the back knee comes down into a low lunge. You'll flatten that back foot and you'll just get cozy over that knee. So again, make sure your knee is over your ankle. And we're going to breathe it out here. If it's uncomfortable, use your bolsters. Bring them to lift the upper body a little bit so you're not so tight in that hip. But if it's comfortable without the postures, without the bolsters, then sink away, sink into the hips. Take a few breaths. Scan the body on that exhale, scan the hips. Is there anything you're holding on to? Release it, release your mind, soften off. 2 more breaths. Fill up on the inhale and completely let go. You can do a sigh on the exhale if you want to. 1 more. Sigh it out. And then we're going to take this left hand, bring it on the inside of the foot now. And we're going to just walk that foot to the outer edges of the mat. Bring your bolsters in if you need them. You might not. Take a breath in. You can take your hand if you want to, get a little bit of space between your chest and the knee. And exhale, bring your hands down onto the bolsters or onto the floor. That's it, nice sinking, feeling into the hips. Feel that edge, if it's too tight, then bring yourself back. And then let the exhale take you in a little bit deeper. The exhale will take you in a little bit deeper each time. Inhale. And exhale, get a little bit of depth in those hips. 1 more. The more you do this, the more you'll find the flexibility comes in your hips. Now we're going to inhale. We're going to move our bolsters out the way if you're using them. Pad your hands to the middle and bring your foot back. So we're going to loosen off that front leg with a runner's lunge. So inhale, open the heart. And exhale, roll your big toe up and allow yourself to bow over that front leg. Now if your hamstrings are tight, then take it easy. Don't force it. Feel into the breath. The breath will open the heart, and then the breath will loosen off those hamstrings, loosen off the hip, take the pressure out. Every exhale takes you a little bit deeper. 1 more. And release yourself into that exhale. Now inhale, bring yourself up. And we're going to take that front foot and we're going to bring it across the front of your mat. So it's going to be in the same position as the top of your mat. So you've got your knee down in a right angle, top of your mat, top of your shin, nice angle. This is just, your right hip just nice and easy. Take a breath in. And then fold forward. Or you can walk your hands forwards if you want to. Walk your hands forward over that knee. Now bring your bolsters if you want them, or you can use your hands, whatever you need, or a cushion. Just bring your head onto something as you fold over this front leg. Releasing off the back leg. Just deep breaths as you let go into this front leg, into this front hip. Deep breaths as your mind's supported. And you can just let go for a moment. Let go into the mat. Let go of your day. Let go of anything that's bothering you. And just exhale it out. Exhale into the hip. A few more breaths. Don't rush it. Don't force it. There's no time constraints. Just let it go. 1 more. Now very gently lift your body. Use your hands to raise your chest. Take a big inhale, and with your exhale, bring your left leg round. I'm going to move, again, you don't need to, and just tuck that left ankle underneath your right knee. So it's like you're going to be cross-legged, but you're not quite cross-legged. There's a bit of space there. So your right ankle is under your left knee, and we're going to bring our foot up. So if you know that it's uncomfortable and you can't make this full position, and hold onto your foot, hold onto your knee, lift it high into your chest, lift out the crown of your head, and we're going to rock it. If you want to give it a go, you can bring that crease, that edge of the foot into the crease of the arm, interlace your fingers, bring your leg up and just rock it like a baby. Rock into that hip, deep breath, lift through the crown of the head. Nice straight spine. Don't hold on to any tension here, just rock that hip. It can be slow, it can be fast, whatever's best for you. Getting some motion in that hip, in the glutes. Our hips, we store a lot of emotions in our hips. So our hips are can become tight because of the way we carry our stress, and vice versa. We can carry stress in our hips. We can loosen it up before bed. It gives a really good night's sleep. And once you feel that you've opened that hip nicely and you're happy with that, then you can inhale, take that foot, draw it into the body, into the navel, and bring it into the crease of your hip, bringing your knee down to where it's comfortable. Now, it might be high. Again, like we said on the last time, if it's high, then take a breath in here and gently walk the hands forward. If you can bring your knee down a little bit lower, then you can take a breath in. You can raise through the arms, get a bit of length in the spine, and then fold forward. But whether you're walking your hands forward or you're folding, take a breath in. And then gently ease away from the hip. So lengthen the spine as you walk the hands forward. You might need a block, you might not, but if you can, try and bring your head onto something. Bring it onto your hands, bring it onto a block, and fold over those hips. Nice breath. If you can't do it like this, then bring a bolster. You can be like this. Or if you're much higher still, and your knees high, then again, you can just bring your bolster and just support your head as your hands walk forward. Wherever your body will allow. And I'm going to take myself back down. You find your comfortable position and take some deep breaths. No tightness, no holding on, no shoulders away. Bring your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in to refresh and breathe out to scan the body for tension. Let it go. You'll notice it. You'll notice you're holding it in the same places each time. So breathe into those places. Breathe the tension out. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And to come out, you're going to gently use your hands to raise your chest. You're going to bring your foot away from that crease, and we're going to lay ourselves down for Shavasana. So bring yourself down now. Lay yourself in Shavasana, legs nice and long, palms facing up, and just draw the shoulder blades under the body. Really let go. Now I'm going to take you through a very short, deep relaxation. So you stay in Shavasana. I'm going to guide you through. We're going to take a few long breaths. So with the body nice and relaxed and melting into the floor, just allow the forehead to spread, the jaw to drop, the tongue to be soft, the throat to relax. And with a long breath, we're going to breathe in deep through the nose. You're going to purse your lips like making a valve and exhale through it. Long, slow and rhythmic. Allow your mind to follow that exhale. Inhale, fill up. And exhale that long breath out of your pursed lips. Allow your whole body to deflate and every bit of pressure to come out of your body and into the edges of your lips. 3 more. Anything you're holding on to, allow it to release with this exhale. Let it go. Final breath. Now, as this is your home practice, you're welcome to stay there and just turn me off and just chill out for a little bit. Otherwise, you can just start to soften the belly. Bloat the belly with the inhale, soften on the exhale. Just notice and bring your awareness back to that natural breath. Before you put a little tiny bit of movement into your fingers. A little tiny bit of movement into your toes. Very gently bring yourself up to a seated posture. Bring yourself into a gentle cross-legged position. You'll be feeling nice and relaxed, nice and ready for bed. So I'm just going to take a little bow to bring your hands to your heart. Take a little bow to yourself for coming to your mat. I bow to you. Namaste. Thank you.